Okay, and we'll hit the record button. You know, what's interesting about the YouTube is we don't need to hit the record button because it's just recorded on YouTube. I'm loving it.
That's awesome. That's the best.
Mm-hmm.
And I can see us right now. We're live.
Okay, so let's get going here. The topic today, as I finished my last second breakfast at noon. I made the fast. I've been fasting, so I made it to noon. Almost. The topic today is a new construction growth system. So what we've said we're going to do with the KV Core calendar, if we go to insiderealestate.com, insiderealestate.info/calendar, you can access this calendar from the KV Core dashboard. What we said we were going to do last week is that we're going to use these Tuesdays to talk about the growth system concept. So these Tuesdays will be dedicated to building out a new growth system as outlined in Core Next Level. So I'm just going to show everybody this for some context. Let's go here to Core Next Level where that section is. We'll go to preview, all course lessons. And what this is for anybody new who's watching this is basically a documented approach, a methodology for using KV Core and some third-party tools to build out a system that reliably generates you leads and conversations about real estate. So it has a number of different components in it. And if you look down toward the bottom here, in recent weeks, we've been building out a few growth systems. We had our waterfront homes one that's performing amazingly. We had a home value report, seller leads one, where there's step-by-step instructions here. And today what I was hoping to do live, and what I'm hoping to start doing live every Tuesday, is to try to build out a new niche-focused system like this. So as always, if you have any questions, go ahead either on YouTube or if you're watching on a live Zoom, just chat your questions. We'll do our best to get to them as soon as we can. And otherwise, Annalisa, I'm just going to dive on in here and start building out this new construction growth system live.
Awesome.
I need a drink to wash down breakfast. I apologize, guys. Very unprofessional.
Well, we need you to have your strength. So
what's that? Well, yeah, if
hydrate.
I didn't eat, I would have about 20 minutes in. My head, I've had this happen. My head gets light. You know how it is.
Mm-hmm.
You start to get a little woozy there. All right. So these are the way that I'm going to break this down is into our lead generation and our lead conversion components. We're going to start out by jumping right in and building a KV Core new construction landing page. So let's go into KV Core. And we need to build our page that captures these leads. Now I'm logged into Ernest's account. As always, I'm logged into somebody else's account, not mine. So first step, log into your KV Core account, people. Yeah, and you don't have to do this live. In fact, guys, don't try to do what I'm doing live. I'm going to move a little too fast. I'm going to jump around a little on these live webinars. What we'll do is we'll have this in the members area. You can go and watch it in slow motion later if you want to, right? Okay, so to build our new construction landing page, we're going to go to Lead Engine. And we're going to go to Landing Page right here. And we're going to start building. So first thing, starting from the top left here, we're going to use the default template. And my hashtag is going to be new construction. Pretty simple. My submit button is going to be see the list now. And then my URL after login is going to be a link to the new construction listings that I'm offering. So let's go here, back into KV Core. And now I'm going to build an IDX squeeze page that generates me that list of properties. So we'll choose my domain again. And then I'm going to do just my whole county. You would choose whatever area you're focused on. But I'll just do the whole county. Maybe let's do St. Pete today. Let's do a specific city. I always shy away from doing St. Petersburg because I can never remember
How to spell the whole word?
whether I need to spell the whole word.
Oh, the saint or the, yeah, I get you.
This thing here, how it's going to pop up for me. There it is. There we go. And then my listing type, I can choose single family and I'll probably do condos. So we'll choose single family and condos. And then for this particular niche, most of our MLSs are going to pipe in this newly built category right here. So I'm just going to choose newly built. And then I don't really need any of this other stuff. And the reason is that the context for this is that somebody's going to be opting into my landing page. And as soon as they do, they're already logged into the site. So I don't need to do any other tracking or any of the hashtagging or sourcing because that's all happening on the landing page. So to generate link, and then I'll copy this link right here. And then on my landing page, that'll be my URL after somebody logs in. Now, I'm not going to require a phone. I'm not a fan of that personally, but you can do what you want to do. Just know you'll get less leads or some fake phone numbers. For the background, we have a new construction GIF there. Or you can just choose any image that you want. So I can do modern. I kind of like this one here.
It's pretty sleek.
Yeah, I'm just going to stick with this one. Okay, so it's an interior pic. We'll leave the logo there, and we'll do St. Pete new construction. My son is sharing what he's learned in his guitar lessons in the hallway.
Of course, right outside your door, probably.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Sure.
That sounds right.
Yep. St. Petersburg, Florida, new construction, and then we'll do priced from, and let's go ahead and look at the list. So, and I like to sort my list. This isn't something you necessarily need to do, but I like to do like the high range. So the high range is 2.8 million, and the low range, as I'm sorting right here from the prices from the low, 170s. I don't think that's accurate. New construction. So we'll do from the low 200s. Okay. So on my landing page, I'm just going to say price from the low 200s to 3 million plus. I like to get the numbers in there. I'll get rid of this. Should I do homes?
Properties, homes, listings.
Homes and condos. We get a little jiggy with it today. New construction, homes and condos. If you enter your cell number, now see this section down below? We'll text you any special builder incentives and deals we learn about. No more than one text per week. Something like that. All right, so that's just me trying to induce the cell number, but not totally necessary.
Easy ask too. Once a week's not bad.
Yep, and then I'll set the type to buyer here. I don't want to forget doing that. So this is our first step. I'm going to hit save. And now I've got a good landing page that I can drive traffic to start capturing leads. I'm going to drag this into my landing pages folder. This is a tip Annalisa and I have been sharing with you guys, to have a little folder on your browser here so that you can find your pages later.
I didn't even know you could drag the link over. I just usually use my bookmark.
Yeah, you just grab the little thing and drag it over.
Wow,
and you can
cool.
You can put little subfolders in here too. Like I can do a new add folder inside of a folder. You can get really nuts with that. Okay, have you noticed I'm going a little slower today?
It's okay. It's all right. You're pretty chill, man.
I was up late trading crypto. It's dangerous.
And feeding your dog.
Yes, feeding the dog and stuff. Yes. All right. So next, let's run a couple of ads that drive traffic to this page. And the next kind of phase in these growth systems is you have your capture point. We just built the landing page, and then we're gonna figure out a way to get people coming to the page so that they opt in and become a lead. So I'm gonna do both today. We might run a little over 1 o'clock today. I'm trying to do a lot, but let's just show both of these. So let's go to Facebook. Where are you? So this is a pro tip, by the way. If you are running Facebook ads, definitely bookmark the main page of your account. It'll save you a ton of time. Like I book the main search page instead of having to go to Business Manager every time and click through. And I have it there under PPC links.
Nice.
So we're going to click create. Oh, by the way, here's our waterfront campaign still cranking, right? 8 views from retargeting yesterday and 9 leads for $257 a piece. So this is a wonderful example of where we're headed with these growth systems. We've got traffic coming in, and then it's being retargeted. And yesterday there were probably at least 10 good conversations with people who've opted in over the last couple of weeks. So let's create. And in this example, I'm just going to create a simple traffic ad. Now we talk a lot about lead generation ads with lead forms as we did with the waterfront. If you want to build one of those, for now, I'm going to reference the waterfront training inside of the system here. And you can do that same flow in the waterfront growth build if you want a Facebook lead ad. But I figured it would be good to mix things up a little bit and talk about just driving a straight traffic ad to a landing page, which is what we're doing today. So I'm going to choose traffic, hit continue. And I haven't given this a name, but we'll call it new construction, of course. And don't forget your special category. We are in real estate, and Facebook is very, very concerned about fair housing laws, even though they don't understand them at all. So, so choose housing, hit next. And then our ad set name, you don't really need this, but I'll just do Pinellas County. I use the ad set name to kind of describe the target that you're going after. With real estate, we can't go too far into our targeting anymore, but it's fine. The algorithm sort of finds the right people. My daily budget, I'll go ahead and start this out at 20 bucks a day, maybe scale it back later, but I want to get a baseline. So 10 or 20 bucks a day is a good place to start. And then the only thing I can really change here is I'm going to change the location, and I'll run this in the whole county. I could also pick the city, but it's going to make me do 15 miles around the city. I'm just going to do the whole county because it's relevant. You just do what's relevant to you, either the whole county or city plus 15 miles. You can see it says here, zip code selection unavailable. Location must include everything within 50 miles. Or if you pick the county, it just gives you the whole county. I can't change the age or the gender. Up here, we talk a lot about the location here, people living in or recently in, people traveling in. You can alter this. I've been trying it both ways. But for now, for this one, I'm just going to do both at the same time. People living in or recently in. The placements, I like to get rid of the audience network. It's kind of their lower tier traffic. Facebook lower tier traffic, and then we'll leave everything else the same.
So that kind of helps your dollar probably move a little farther along when you eliminate that.
Yeah, you might find you get more expensive clicks, but the clicks are higher quality.
Gotcha.
Because they have like traffic partners, and you don't really know who they are. I just kind of want people who are actually on Facebook to click through.
Mm-hmm.
So my Facebook page, we got to tie a page to our ad. This is just going to be the company page here. Instagram account, use the selected page, or if you've tied your Instagram account to Facebook Business Manager, which you can do, you can run the ad on Instagram too by choosing that. My ad here, we'll do single image or video. And then we need to create the creative. So I've been a big fan for a while of these videos. So I'm going to click create video. You can use a static image if you want.
I just love how it's built in for you and kind of gives you a wizard.
Yeah, and it makes a nice, clean creative that Facebook's not going to have any issue with because you use their tool. A lot of times you can create an image that they just don't like for whatever reason. Maybe you have a picture of a back or something or some.
Right. It could mimic what they put together, and they'd be like, nope. Yeah,
exactly. So I need a picture that kind of looks like new construction, and I'm not sure I have one in the library here already. I got an older house. I was hoping just to grab one quickly, but here's how I'll go about doing that. I'll just go to images.google.com. And for new construction, it's kind of good to just use like a nice living room. It's kind of generic, so that looks good to me. And
That's a beautiful outdoor area. Wow.
Oh yeah, I didn't even realize it's outdoor. Yeah, but it'll do the trick for our ad. I'm just going to save it. Screenshot 352. Sorry, I was just thinking. And then we'll upload that image. There we go. So we'll choose that one. Hit continue. And then you have these little kind of templates here. I'll choose this one right here. Get rid of the logo. And then we'll just do St. Pete, Florida, new construction. And then my second headline will be see the list now. Put a background color on each of these. Opacity. I like the reds and purples. A little bit ugly, but kind of burns people's eyeballs. Right. Kind of stands out. Use video. Here we go. So it'll take a minute for the video to render. And then my primary text, I'm going to go with the same tried and true formula that I always use. St. Pete, Florida, new construction listings. We can more or less just type almost exactly what we have on our landing page. It's a good kind of just hack, right? Mm-hmm. So it's new construction homes and condos priced from. So when they click the ad, we knew they had intent and they liked the ad for some reason. They were willing to click more. And when they get to the page, there's nothing different on the page that throws them off path. And they call that the scent trail, I think, in some marketing circles. So St. Pete, Florida, new construction listings. I really like my Pili app tool here. It's piliapp.com, little hands. And I'm going to continue building my ads this way until they stop working. So I end up doing the same ad over and over again, just with plugging in a different niche. And for now, guys, I think I feel comfortable advising you to do the same and that you won't lose too much money. Because this Facebook advertising stuff is kind of like going to a casino if you don't know, you don't have kind of a template to follow, or know really well, all about this stuff. So there's my ad, Annalisa. Look okay to you? It looks great. Oh, I had a little typo I almost missed. Here we go. I think that room is bigger than my first apartment. Yeah. So, and then my last step, that's interesting. I've never seen them do that. As John said, there might be a typo in homes. Yeah, I fixed it. Yep. So HOLMES, is that what you put in then? Yeah, I fixed it. I had a bracket in there. Yep. Okay. And then my website URL, of course, is going to be the landing page that I saved. So I'll just go ahead and grab that. And then here's my website URL. And just like that, I'll have traffic start driving over to my landing page. Now, just a few comments, guys. For whatever reason, the leads directly from Facebook to these landing pages actually usually end up being a little more expensive than the Facebook lead form ad, right? But I'm kind of doing this as a test. I'm still going to recommend I feel like you should definitely try the lead form ads the way that they're taught in the waterfront new construction tutorials, because they get you the name, email, phone every time. But I wanted to build one of these pages to not only show you a basic Facebook click ad, but also because I want to try running this on Google as well. And I do need a landing page if I'm going to drive Google traffic. So we're just going to publish it. And what we might find is that, hey, the Google ad does okay, but the Facebook ad doesn't, or something like that, or we find they both do good. So a lot of this is about testing and seeing what'll work. But the Facebook lead form ad, I can say with high certainty, will work if you do your ad exactly like this and you use that lead form objective. Okay, so there's our ad. Good question. Do we need to set up a Zap to capture the lead from Facebook? Not for this example where I used a landing page form, right? Because I'm driving a click to a KV Core landing page. So if somebody opts in, we don't need that extra step. But yes, if you're building a Facebook lead form, you do need to use Zapier. And we have tutorials about that in the Next Level Mastermind. You can use Zapier or API Nation. You do the same ad, John. I'm going to reference, you do exactly what I just did, but just choose lead form instead and follow the steps. But I would just, for now, just do the lead form tutorial running the Facebook ad right here in the waterfront homes section. It's the same stuff, just change the content. But I'm trying to get a little variety in the types of ads that we're running. Yes, that tool is called API Nation. I'm just answering the comments here. That is available in KV Core, and that'll save you the cost of paying for Zapier. Okay, so that's our Facebook ad, right? So we're making progress. Let's also run a Google pay-per-click ad real quick too. Okay, so I'm going to go into Google. And I guess I could save this. I'll share this to everybody watching live, the actual ad. So I always forget to do this, but I can share that. And then for those of you watching on YouTube, I'll put it in the comments of the live stream. There's the ad. we're going to be streaming more often on YouTube, guys, because it's just a really good channel, and you'll be able to see the replays instantly if it's on YouTube too. So that's another advantage. Okay, so let's go run our Google ad now. Let's come over here. Got to get myself into Google. Where is it? Where is it? Oh, I don't have it bookmarked. So because I don't have it bookmarked, you're going to have to watch me log in. John, we put all the replays inside of the Next Level Mastermind, and this particular one, since we're streaming it, is just on the YouTube channel, Building a New Construction Growth System. Here's the link. I'm not sure why that Facebook ad link wouldn't work. It should have shown you the preview, but Facebook has been really buggy with this stuff, but I just copied exactly what they had. So apologies if that link didn't work, but it should. Okay, so let's go ahead now, and we're going to go into our Google Ads account, and we're going to start a new campaign. So I'm going to take a quick gander here at how my ads have been doing. We're back on track here. Well, not so much, but got some ads running currently, and we're going to run another one alongside these. So we're going to hit plus, new campaign, and then we'll do leads, search, and website visits. Campaign name is going to be St. Pete New Construction. I'm going to get rid of the search partners and Google Display Network options. And then I'll just run this ad everywhere in the United States. Actually, United States and Canada. We get a lot of Canadians here. And then my budget, I'll set to 20 a day. And then conversions will optimize for, but I'm going to uncheck this target cost per action. I want to let them figure it out. So I just did conversions, but no set of cost per action. I did skip a step, which I'll show you afterwards. This assumes that you have your Google Ad Pixel installed. You can go ahead and run the ad and then install the Pixel, which is the order I'm going to do it in now. But a good best practice would be to have the Google Pixel installed. And we do have training on that in the tutorial section inside the Mastermind, but I'll show you that as well here, how to make sure that your conversion pixel is installed. My ad group is going to be St. Pete keywords. And then St. Petersburg. And then you can use our little get keywords tool here to grab a handful. Now, I like to kind of roll with the short tail, the kind of main searches that people use. So I'm going to get rid of this one. Get rid of Zillow. It's interesting how many people are searching Zillow. So basically, I'm doing new construction. I'm doing a niche offer. But if I did St. Pete new construction, very few people are going to be searching that. So instead, I'm just going to roll with the main things people are searching for, but the creative in my ad is going to say, hey, here's some new construction stuff. So my ad should stick out, right? It should be a little bit more interesting. So I'll be done here with this in a second. House for sale, house for sale. Okay, good. Just a small bunch. And I am going to want to do exact match. You can see here, I'm a big fan of exact match, especially early on in a campaign. So you put your brackets around it. There's a quicker way to do this. After you run the campaign, you can just check them all off and say change the match type. But I'm just going to take a second here and just do this really quick. I'm putting little brackets there. So basically, what exact match means is that anytime my ad is only going to show if somebody types this exact thing into Google. So it won't be a ton of traffic, but it'll be very targeted. You know, it won't be as much as I could get if I left it to broader phrase match. So, and you can see the brackets I'm doing. Google kind of tells you how to do that. So we're going to hit save and continue. This is saying 1 conversion a day. I'm not so sure that's accurate, but we'll see. Now, Google's been doing this thing that is driving me nuts. I feel like everything they do is in their favor. And they're basically forcing me into a situation where they're going to make me feed them more data so that their algorithm can figure things out. But while their algorithm's figuring things out, it's going to cost me money. This is me editorializing a little, but for the purposes of right now, if you're watching this, what is it, March 9th, somewhere close by, and the dashboard still looks like this, I'm going to click switch back to text ads. They're trying to get us to do this new responsive text ad thing, and I'm skeptical. So we're going to do that. Basically, they wanted you to put a bunch of different headlines in, and then they're saying, hey, let me write your ad and let the algorithm figure out what people want. And I'm a much bigger fan of being able to write my own ad. All right, so my final URL is going to be my landing page again, right? So let's go get that. And I hope they don't ever force that, because I've been dealing with this for some of our internal lead gen for the company, and I'm seeing some pretty poor performance on these responsive display relatively. So just a tip for you guys. You can try it out. I'm not saying it can't work, but I like the old way better. Okay, so headline. We're just going to keep it simple. St. Pete, new construction. Right? Homes and condos. Priced from some of the trick here is figuring out. All right, so how do I shorten this? We got to fit it in the space. So I'm going to do hundreds of homes and condos priced from the low 200s. I really, really like getting numbers in my ads. So we'll do that. That should work pretty well. Search St. Pete, Florida, new construction properties now. Stop freezing your butt off up north. Just kidding. I'll just leave it like that. All right. So that's pretty straightforward. Save and continue. And I know Google will ask you to run multiple versions. You can do that. Really, honestly, if you do this template, it's going to work pretty well the first time out of the gate, and then later you can go back and optimize your ads and do other variations. But for the sake of our training today, I'm just going to kind of get it done. Now, I mentioned that I was going to show you, but first, let me just show you what the ad looks like. You can see it right here in the middle. So that's kind of, if somebody searches any of those keywords I showed you, the ones over here, if they search any of those, they'll see an ad that looks like this. Right? And then when they click, they'll go to that landing page, and then they'll opt in. Okay. Now, I told you I would talk about the conversion pixel. I kind of forgot to do that up front. So where you're going to go for that is go to Tools, and then Conversions. And then you can build a pixel that you put into KV Core. So I'm just going to show you quickly how to do that. I've already done that here. You can see it actually, like if I do all time, it's tracked 1,100 leads here.
Wow.
Yep. And by the way, guys, if you want sustained, consistent growth, you should be thinking in terms of these kinds of numbers. This is about a year we've been running these ads, a little bit over a year. So what would that be? That'd be about 100 leads a month, pretty roundly, right?
Which is what you want to shoot for.
If you can, if you have the budget, yep. Right, and you're operating, this is for a whole brokerage, so you don't have to go for 100, but you should be thinking at least a lead a day, I think, either from Facebook or Google to get like a nice kind of keep the funnel full, right? So that's that. So let's go ahead and put plus here. I clicked the little plus sign on that last page up at the top. It was a blue plus sign. We'll choose start tracking conversions based on website, category. No, not submit lead form. Yes, it is submit lead form. I'm sorry. Submit lead form. And we'll just do, you call the conversion whatever you want. Pick don't use a value for this conversion. And then we'll just do one. This is just, we don't want it to count multiple times for one person. We just want it to count one time. And then my click-through conversion window, all this stuff is fine like that. Click create and continue. And it's going to give you these two snippets of code. Oops. It had the same name as another one, so I need to rename it. And I'll put install the tag yourself. And this is pretty easy. You have these two snippets. You have the one here and the one here. So I'm going to click on the first one, which is the global site tag. It lets Google count all the traffic on your site. We'll go into KV Core. We'll go to Web and IDX. And then I will go to Edit Settings. I'll scroll down the header. I'll get these questions answered too, guys. I see the questions. And then we'll go to custom header. And this is where we put the first snippet. It's in custom header. So you'll paste it in here and save. I've already done that, so I'm not going to do it again. And then the second one, go ahead and copy that one. And this one goes specifically in the box. It's a few boxes down, and it says conversion code. Very important. So you get it put in there. And hit save. We had a question about how can I find that tab you're at that shows how much it's costing me per ad. So I'll go and show you that. X this out. You go back to your home. So you should see these search campaigns here. And I will mention, I think when you first create your Google account, they try to give you kind of a, for lack of a better word, like a dumbed down version that's like simpler. But it gives you a lot less options. Usually up toward the top, you can go into expert mode or something. So if you want your dashboard to look like mine, go into the expert mode. And then the way that you see all your campaigns is over here on the left side. So I could go to my all campaigns. Oops, search campaigns. I usually have to fumble around here and then click this middle tab. Sorry about that, and hit campaigns. So middle tab in the gray, campaigns. Google Ads UI is awful. Like, I just think it is. I mean, it's trying to do a ton of stuff, so we'll give them credit. But I've spent plenty of time on Zoom meetings with other coworkers and stuff where we're just fumbling around. You get like 3 people who've run hundreds of ads, and, done this, have 10,000 hours, and you still can't find where things are. So don't feel bad if you get lost in here. That's my point. So how you get here is you get here, and then you can see all the stats. Now, just a tip for the person who asked that question. If you don't see your cost per conversion right here and your conversion rate and everything else, you can add those columns. And the way to do that is you go right up here to where it says columns and you hit modify columns, and you'll see you get a bunch of extra ones. Specifically, you're going to want to click on conversions and add the ones that you want. You see I have these first 3 connect checked off. And then you probably don't need many of the others, but you can play around with those. So that is how you get there. Now we were doing great with this campaign in the beginning, and then Google started doing this kind of like housing stuff, I think, and our numbers totally changed. I don't know what happened, but of like the last few months, we've gone from like $7 to $11 a conversion up to in the $20 range without the ads changing at all. So it's been a little frustrating, but we'll see what happens here with our new construction ad. And to keep on path, where we're at is that we've set up a few ways, lead generation, a few ways to get traffic flowing to our site, opting into the landing page and becoming leads in KV Core, right? So the experience is they click off that Google ad I just showed you, they come here and they opt in, and I'm actually going to opt in just so that I have an example lead to show you, kind of like what it looks like when it comes into KV Core. So Ryan, new construction ad inside realestate.com. No way, fake. No way, Jose, for phone number. Just kidding. And see the list now. And then they'll opt in. They'll get redirected over to our new construction list right away. And then if I go into KV Core and I go to the Smart CRM, I won't see my lead. Sometimes it takes a minute.
It might be on your timeline, like on your activity stream.
Go to the main one here. There is a remote possibility that I've used that same test lead email in the past and it went in as a duplicate or something, but I thought I was.
Yeah. Oh, what's the name of that first one?
Yeah, I don't know why that happened. Give it a minute here. Okay, if you don't see your test right away, just be patient because I have a feeling this is going to pop up in just a few seconds because I ran into this a few days ago. How do you create the link for new construction in KV Core? There's a question. I did that from the squeeze page from Lead Engine. And then I went to IDX squeeze page right here. You can also search new construction just from the front end of your site, but it is in the replay. So if you want to watch this back in the replay, you'll be able to see that. Okay, so let's continue on. And we're going to start to work on some things that will convert these leads as they come in an automated fashion. First thing I'm going to do is I'm going to set up automatic hashtag property alerts. And to me, this is everybody asks for drip campaigns and templates for this or that. You'll see in our
Right.
Facebook group, right? But to me, this is the magic right here. If you just do this, you kind of get yourself like at least 50% to 75% of the way there.
Well,
So,
and it's working smarter and not harder and catching up. It just does it for you.
yep. Yeah. So this is what these hashtag alerts are going to do. They're going to send people an email every time a new construction listing comes up at a frequency that you choose. So they're at least going to see your name associated with real estate, and they're going to be able to click back to your site. So marketing autopilot is where I'm going for this on the left. And then I'm going to click on search alerts. We'll click learn more. And I bet you I've done this one already. I just want to make sure I haven't used it. I haven't. And then I'm going to click create alert. And then hashtag is going to be new construction. Like so. And then we'll send them everything in the town or the city. I'm just going to send them everything in the county. And this brings up a point. We see a lot of people, Annalisa, really get hung up on this part, right?
Right. To me, I'm like, if you don't know, you send them something that's general enough to get them interested to come into your site so you can adjust accordingly when they visit.
Yep. So in this case, they opted in for new construction. I'm going to choose options newly built. I'm not going to worry about the price range or anything. They're just going to get these listings. And the best thing that can happen to me is they go, hey, I only want stuff under 500K, because now they're talking to me about real estate. So
and a price, so they have something in mind.
Yep. So daily, I'll set the frequency to add alert. And just like that, that took about 30 seconds. I've set up follow-up that is relevant to something the person initially did. They're going to get my name associated with real estate in their email inbox almost every day of the week until they stop. So can't understate, to me, the importance and the utility of these hashtag-based property alerts. So all I did was I took the hashtag that I assigned when I built the landing page, which was new construction, and I set up an alert that triggers based on the system seeing that hashtag. Okay, easy enough on that one. Now we're going to set up a conversation starting smart campaign. And this is a little bit more work. Now the option here is you could just assign these people to your default lead campaign. That works as well. But I'm going to take a few minutes here and just build like a short, simple one for these types of leads. So you're going to help me, Annalisa, too. So
okay, I'm on it.
I always get a little lost when I get here cloning my campaigns. And let's go into the new dashboard. I keep forgetting to do that because a lot of us have a dashboard that looks like this now. So I'm going to switch just the UI over to the new UI. And in case you're wondering, anybody who's watching the replay, it's more or less the same. It's just a kind of different look and feel. So don't worry that if your dashboard looked a little different, all the stuff is in the same place, more or less. So I'm going to go to Marketing Autopilot again, and we're going to build out the Smart Campaign. Look, you see this? This is my biggest point of pride with the product. See how it says Manage Campaigns now?
That's a big change.
It used to say Start a Campaign. It was super, super confusing or something like that. It said something else.
Yeah, it said Start a Campaign, yeah.
Yeah, so Manage Campaigns. Because what if I already have a campaign? Where do I go to do that? All right, so we're going to hit Manage Campaigns. I am going to go, here's where I need your help. I'm going to go to the KV Core library, right?
Mm-hmm. Yep.
And I'm going to look for the conversation starter. So I'm just going to type conversation starter.
Wait, yeah, and click add to library.
And then this is where I always screw up. So add to library right here on the right.
Yep.
Add to my library. And now if I go back to my campaigns and I do a quick search for conversation, I probably have a bunch because I've been doing a lot of training around this, but I'll just pick one of these that I haven't messed with. You can see my waterfront one, I did the same way. I kind of copied the existing, and then now I'm going to take that one here.
And they're triggering off the hashtag for that particular or landing page, right?
Yeah, so that's what we'll do. I just want to make sure it doesn't matter which of these I choose. Okay. How do I adjust in the new view the criteria that triggers this campaign?
I have not explored it from here yet. Maybe you have to open it. Well, you did open it.
Yes.
I will inquire and find out.
Do I need to clone it? No.
I wouldn't think so.
Well, hopefully nobody from our product team is watching me, guys, but I'm going to go back to the old version of that.
Sorry. Concludes our tour.
Just kidding. We're still finding stuff, guys. Fortunately, you can still switch back to the old, and that's what I'm going to do right here. I hit a roadblock there because I couldn't figure out how to edit that existing campaign. It's
I'll
probably
see what I can find out.
Yeah, it's probably just something I wasn't noticing live. There's a good chance. But I'm just going to go back to the old, and I'm going to search conversation right here. And then now we'll be good. Maybe it was locked. Maybe I picked a locked campaign or something. But I'll definitely share this with our product team so they can take a look. All right, so here's the campaign that I've copied. I'm going to go ahead and edit it because I want to change some of the ways that it's triggered. So I want to actually trigger this based on move to hashtag new construction. So like that, right? We'll say it's for buyers, and then conversation starter for new construction.
It does need you to clone it. I just looked at it. So you do need to clone in the new one to be able to edit if the lead is new, transfer it, hashtag triggers, all that good stuff.
Okay. Next time I'll do that, but let's just power forward through now.
Oh, sure.
New construction. Leave this always run off, hit next, edit campaign. Good. And I'll just do campaign active right now so that it's turned on. And then we have our instant thank you text. Hi. Now, out of the gate, this should work pretty well. It says, thanks for looking at some properties on our website a few minutes ago. Are you actively thinking about a move or just browsing for now? I'm just going to leave this, but I can go back if I want and edit the text template, right? I could go back to my conversation starter or create a new one and swap it in there. My handpicked list offer, the second email, is also generic. So I'll just show you guys kind of how to change this one just as an example. So I'll go to conversation starter, handpicked list offer. So I'm going to go to templates up here and just do conversation hand or all right, where is that one? Oh, did I need to clone it in order to be able to edit it?
Yeah, that's what I discovered.
Oh, all right. Let's just add a template.
Yeah.
Conversation start, handpicked list, new construction, handpicked list, your new construction list. A good practice with these niche funnels is to do something like you saw the generic, thanks for browsing my website. You want me to set you up a list, but to get more specific around the niche is always great. So let's do hi, and then we'll merge in their name if we have it. Hi, first name. Thanks for accessing the new construction list just now. You can definitely, well, what should I say? For future reference, sorry guys, if you need to access the link in the future, here it is. And then I'll just, I'm not feeling eloquent today.
It's okay.
So let's do this. In case you need it later, bookmark this page.
There you go.
And click here anytime. And in my click here, I'm going to highlight, paste that in, click here anytime. The link above will always be up to date with the latest new construction listings. In the meantime, just curious, are you thinking about let's just ask them an open-ended question. Do you already live in the area, or are you thinking about moving here? So this open-ended works, Ryan, and in my include signature, right, I'm actually going to do agent in case another agent uses this. I'm going to merge in the agent first name like that, and then include signature, I'll put my whole signature. So I called this new construction handpicked list. It's not really handpicked list.
Sure it is. You created it.
Yeah. So like that. And then we'll go back to our campaign library and look for new construction. This part, guys, you know, this is a feature that I've been asking that we kind of update. It is in the roadmap to like really rehash this flow. I'll admit, this is a little confusing dealing with these campaigns, but if you do it 1 or 2 times, it starts to make sense. The nuts and bolts of it is that you're going to put templates inside of campaigns. So you always need to have the template available and ready to go first. So what I just did was I created a template, and now I'm going to remove the initial minute 4 email, and then I'm going to put add action here, and I'm going to add the one I just created in. So I'll look for my template, construction delivered list, and then we'll do 4 minutes after they opt in. Okay. And then if you look through, you know, the rest of the campaign is pretty generic and ready to go, but you can swap out the pieces you want. You know, it tries to ask them if they want to get mortgage pre-approval, ask them if they own a house in the area to try to get your listing. I think it's pretty good, Annalisa. What do you think?
I think it's great. It's solid, it's short and sweet, and it gets them the information they need.
Yeah. And to reiterate, we have a full webinar at insiderealestate.com/webinars. If you search Conversation Start, we have a whole webinar about these types of campaigns. But the main point of these is to try to get the person to talk to you in that first week or 2. Knowing that a good handful won't, but the ones that do, you can start to have conversations with and you know, move them through your pipeline. So that's that. We're moving along good.
Yeah.
Now we're gonna get jiggy. Jiggy with it. Let's build. So the last 2 things we did were kind of the native functionality of KV Core, and the last thing on the list, I'm going to switch the order here, and I want to address this one first. The next thing you're going to want to do is make sure you send something every week that's unique. And this is where most people get hung up, but this is actually, I believe, where the money is really made. You know, you're going to have some level of success if you do everything I just showed you and don't do anything else. Should work okay for you if you're following up on the leads as they come in, you know, and using the system. But if you can kind of say, hey, I am the new construction guy or girl in my market, and I'm going to master this market. And as part of that, I'm going to dedicate time every week to learning about the market. In this case, for new construction, that most likely involves you going to actually new construction projects, talking to the person there, getting their permission to take a video of the floor plan of the model, maybe getting the floor plans right into a PDF file, and then you become sort of a reporter about this niche, this segment of the market. And what you're going to want to do maybe once a week is create some kind of content, a YouTube video, a blog post, maybe just an email, maybe just write an email, and you're going to share some of this knowledge that you're gathering with people so that you're positioning yourself as the go-to resource for new construction. In my opinion, this is just easy money for the take in this particular niche. You know, new construction is just awesome because a lot of these builders will just let your buyer sign in and they do everything else, right? I don't know, a lot of us have had that experience where you just kind of send a buyer to a project and then you get a commission check, you know, it closes. Sometimes it's that easy. It's also fun because it's like new, exciting stuff. Your deals usually aren't going to die on home inspection. You know, they're going to find the builder's always going to slack off on some things that need to be addressed, but you're not going to find things that really are deal killers on home inspection most of the time. And a lot of times the builders actually, I think, they're partnered with a lender, or a lot of times they'll finance, right? I don't know, depending on where you are. So I think there's a lot of reason why you would want to do this niche. And also, I think it would be a really fun one to be the reporter for. So that's my long-winded way of saying, consider blocking out time on your calendar, whatever day of the week. Maybe it's Saturday mornings because a lot of these models are open then, right? You don't even have to schedule an appointment, and just pick a new construction project, show up, give your card to the person working there, talk to them about any rebates they might have available. They're going to want to talk to you. They all want to work with realtors for the most part, maybe not in this market, but you know.
Well, everybody wants to have a paycheck at the end of the day and eat steak or whatever it is, aside from ramen, right? So it's a good idea to invest in your time and yourself to build this networking up.
Yeah. So once you create the content, Annalisa, right? You took a video, and maybe you took a selfie with the cute girl who's working there. I don't know, right?
Could
and
be.
You said, hey, and then you go into KV Core, right? And you go right over to the Smart CRM.
Mm-hmm.
Let's see if our lead's there yet. Oh, I don't know what's going on.
Can you search to the name you have it under or the email?
I can't remember what I did. Let's search new construction.
That only works on names, doesn't it?
The hashtag should work, right? Maybe that's just in the new system. I know you can type a new hashtag.
Yeah, in the new one.
All right, I don't know where that ghost lead went. It's possible because I used a weird email that the system booted it because it was like a fake email.
Dropped it into archive.
Is that possible?
Yeah.
Okay, so that's probably what happened. But anyway, I'll go into the Smart CRM and I'll filter by my new constructions, right? You should be building an ongoing list of these leads. And possibly maybe you just send this content about your new construction to every lead. So I'll hit apply filters. I just happen to have one here now. And I check them all off. And I can do more actions. Oops, sorry. And I can do a mass email. And my email goes something like, hey, I was over at XYZ builder. It's a really awesome complex. You know, most of them are 3 bedrooms. Beautiful job. The builder's offering a 2% closing cost rebate. Here's a video I took. And you email that out. And that's your send something cool every week. You can also, Annalisa, schedule this too, right? Which may be easier than trying to choose 100 at a time.
Yes, you would need to go into the marketing autopilot, schedule mass email.
Yeah, so this would be another way to do it. And there is an appeal, you know, you may decide, hey, I want to do this, have it go out at the same time every week so people are expecting it. So you could always schedule it, maybe prepare the content Thursday or Friday and schedule it to go out Sunday or Saturday. So you can go here.
And really, if you're going to do a series of these, you could spend the day out at a place or a few hours and get some like 5-minute videos knocked out and schedule them out.
Yep. Yeah. So I just choose your contacts with that hashtag, and same thing again. You can send the content. You can use the advanced editor if you want. So that's your send something cool. This is where the money's made. I'm convinced. Maybe the money's made up here. But if you want people, if you want easy business where people are like, hey, dude, I saw your video about new construction. You're my guy. I'm looking for a totally brand new house with this many bedrooms. You're separating yourself from the crowd. And that's what these growth systems are about. Okay. Last thing, we've got about, I'm surprised we got this done in an hour, but I'm very thrilled that we did. The last thing we're going to do is we're going to add on a layer of retargeting. And this is sort of next level, not completely required, but it will help you get more conversions over time. One easy way to do this is to click the easy button. You can go to the marketplace. And if you just search retargeting, we have a Google display branded retargeting service. It gives a generic ad with your picture, your company logo, and it just has you follow people around all over Google's display network when they land on your site. It's $100 a month, works really well. It's quietly one of our more popular advertising options and is an easy way to do this. If you want to do it yourself and set up your own branded retargeting ad that's kind of themed to your niche, I'm going to show you how to do that right now, and we'll be good to go for the day. So I'm going to go back into Google. And the first thing I'm going to do when trying to build a retargeting campaign is I'm going to have to create an audience of people who are in that campaign. So I'll go to Tools, Audience Manager. So I did that kind of quick, but Tools, and then the option was Audience Manager. And then I'm going to click the plus sign, and I'll do based on website visitors. And we'll call this new construction. And then we're going to do list members are visitors of a page, which was here by default. Match any rule group is fine. And then my page URL contains, and I'm going to go back to my landing page that I'm driving traffic to. Good thing I saved it because I left the tab. And then I'm going to say, hey, anytime something lands on this page, so I could paste the whole thing. I kind of like just grabbing the string at the end, right there.
And that's what the / to the everything to the east. Yeah. Okay.
Just this is kind of the thing that will tell Google that, hey, this person was on the page. Remember, I had my global snippet installed, so Google's watching my traffic. So I'm saying, hey, anytime I'm going to create an audience, and anytime visits that page, they're going to get added to that audience so that I can then show those people ads. So I'm going to click Create Audience, and it's now available. Next thing I'm going to do is I'm going to go back to the main ads dashboard, and I'm going to go to Display Campaigns. And that's interesting. I don't think this went live. I remember there was a problem. I'm just going to pause. But I'm going to click a Create New. And I'm just going to do Website Traffic. And then my campaign type is Display. And then I'm going to do Standard Display Campaign. Keep in mind, you can use this to run ads in Gmail, which is pretty cool. And the Smart Display is pretty cool too. But I want to do a standard display right here. Continue. And then my campaign name is new construction retarget. I'll pick United States and Canada again. This looks very similar to when we ran the initial ad on Google. What do I want to focus on? I want to focus on viewable impressions. I only want the ad to be seen because they've already opted in and become a lead. So, you know, I want Google to show this as much as they can. I'm only going to spend $3 a day because retargeting. And then this is important down here. If you scroll down to where it says audiences, oops, I collapsed it. We're going to look for this lead. Sorry, guys. Sorry.
Look away if you get dizzy. He'll land in a second.
No, my mouse did something weird there. And then to find that retargeting audience, I think I can type it in. If I type new construction, it'll probably find it for me. Yeah, there it is. See, it says website visitors. It'll like surface that thing. I can also browse it and say, hey, my custom audiences, and then it'll show me that as well. Or how my remarketing audiences. But I find it a lot easier just to search new. It could take a minute. So now I'm saying, hey, target this ad to anybody who is in that audience who visited that page. Google wants to show this to people who didn't land on that page to try to sell more ads. So you can leave that offer on. You might decide you just want to let your ad run alongside to extra people. I'm going to leave it off for now. My CPM build, just put $10, I think is probably on the high side, but I'll just put that in to make Google happy. It's saying no impressions because nobody's on that list yet. And then I'm going to use the responsive display option here. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to take people this time directly to the squeeze link right here. And remember when we built the squeeze link and I said that you didn't need to put the
registration
requirements? Yeah. You may want to do that for your retargeting ad. Now it should just obey the defaults here. So I'm probably fine, but just keep that in mind. You may want to make people opt in. Maybe you won't, but it's just something to think about. A lot of this retargeting is more about just keeping the idea and the message in people's mind and keeping them top of mind so they come back. So there's that. Images and logos. It's going to scan the page. This part you can get a little kind of bogged down in. It's kind of like the most time-consuming part to pick a few images. Don't overthink it, but also, you know, you kind of have to choose a few. So I'm going to choose that one that I had earlier, right there, and then I have my recently used because I've done this. So just to speed things up here, you know, I can pick the company logo and a few other images. And what Google will do is they'll build a kind of they'll rotate ads. So I'm just going to find the logo here. Google's wigging out on me a little bit. Here we go.
Well, that usually happens when we have Zoom and everything open.
Yeah. So we'll just do that. I wonder if that's enough. Save. Oh, it wants a landscape image. Let's find. I don't think I actually chose the one. So this is a little wonky sometimes. Select. Save. But what's nice about it is Google will start to spin, as you see over on the right side, and you've probably seen ads like this. They'll start to spin your ad, and they're showing you all the different variations they might show people. Same new construction.
Yeah, it gives it like a nice little variant every time you refresh it, doesn't it?
Yeah.
Or every time you see it.
New homes and condos. So they're going to show this in different places around the web where people have the Google AdWords code installed. They basically share revenue with publishers.
John has a question. Do you need to use royalty-free images for ads? I mean, myself, I'm always like, own it or get permission to use it. But
you should, yeah.
Unsplash is a really great place to find royalty-free.
Okay, I'm just doing this quickly, but I think you guys get the idea. And then you just put that all in, your business name. Great campaign. And now anybody who goes to that page will see, Google will start to try to show them these retargeting ads. And this is where, see, it says fix your images. This is where it's just, they're a little touchy. So you might find that you spend a little time just getting this right to where they want it. Just click and add to edit. I'm not even sure what their issue is here. Maybe it wants another headline. That's what they wanted. I think they have an issue with this ad, but they're not telling me with this image.
There was something a little further up, I think, in like a gray, like a beige background.
Okay. Pick. I'll go to that in a second here. But that's the long and short of it, guys. That's how to run one of these display retargeting ads. Of course, we have other videos in the Next Level Mastermind, insiderealestate.com/next level, about how to do various retargeting ads. This was an example today of a funnel built from front to back for a specific niche. And if I turn on this traffic and I have all these other pieces in place, there's a very good chance that people will start to talk to me about this niche, this new construction. And if I go the extra mile and I do that weekly update, I've got the basis for building out a healthy real estate practice.
And
the last thing, go ahead.
Wait, well, and in this example, we're not using like a Google ad form. We're using the landing page created in KV Core to build the Google ad, correct? So it's not using anything outside of KV Core except for the ad component from Google.
Right. Yep. So I'm using a lead form. John's asking, and like I said, I will eventually almost always end up going and building a Facebook lead form ad as well for these niches, because to me, that's the most efficient way. But I wanted to do a session where we explored what it looks like without that. Any day now, Facebook could take that away from us. So we need other ways to do this. But I think that's about it. The last thing I want to say is if you're a team leader or you have a brokerage, just consider the effect, on your company. Just consider what you can accomplish if you gave every agent at your company their own growth system like this, and you had, say, 10 people at your office, each doing becoming a master of different segments of the market like this. It'd be really powerful. So I always like to end with that, with this topic. Cool. Well, thank you guys for watching. If you watch this on YouTube, please subscribe to the channel. Stefan, who was watching on YouTube, I apologize, guys, if I missed the comments on YouTube, but I'll just handle those really quickly. The task list right here, I can definitely share with everybody. That was a request. I will drop this in the description of the YouTube video. I actually, unfortunately, have this on my private Gmail. I need to make it available to you guys. So I'll drop it in the next few minutes in the comments of the YouTube video. And then what is the subject line of the property alert email? The property alert emails that KV Core sends you, I forget, I think we spin those headlines because I was involved in writing some of them. I think we still do that. And it's usually like the address, like 123 Main Street and 5 other properties, and it's different variations of that. So hopefully that answers your question. So thanks a lot, guys. We'll be back tomorrow. Wednesday is going to be, in general, the way we have it laid out right now, we're just going to have a free form session, a live Q&A at 12 p.m. East. There won't be a specific topic, but you can bring any questions you have. If you need any help on any of these funnels that you're building for yourself or anything related to KV Core, you can show up for that. Again, all these links to these sessions are available on the main training calendar or in the Next Level Mastermind. How do we do, Annalisa?
I think we did great. Hopefully everybody else thinks so too. Thanks to everyone for being here on YouTube and within the Mastermind group.